Hello and welcome to Sci-Fi Night LIGHT, where I talk about random topics that somehow relate to sci-fi and horror. So in the last summary edition of Sci-Fi Night LIGHT, which you can view by clicking here, we checked out some Jaws ripoffs. Now let's get out of the water but stay on the sand for some beach horror.
Ah! What the hell is that?
So let's start off with the second most silly title on here, 1964's The Horror of Party Beach. In this charmingly crappy film, radioactive sludge gets dumped into the ocean and mutates the wildlife.
Can they be killed? I don't know, Lieutenant.
Producing some kind of monsters that seem to be straight out of Sesame Street.
Terror strikes from the bottom of the sea. An invasion of ghoulish atomic beasts who live off human blood.
This film has it all: atrocious acting, cheesy moments, and tons of silly old school rock and roll. If you like classic cheesy horror, then give it a go. It's only an hour and 18 minutes long, after all.
Again and again the fiendish monsters struck like nothing that ever stalked this earth.
So remember how I said that The Horror of Party Beach was the second most silly title on this list? Well, get ready for number 1, the 2000 film Psycho Beach Party, which is kind of a fun spoof of old 60s surf films, and is about Malibu's first female surfer, who just so happens to have a violent alter ego,
Who do you have to get a hot dog in this dump? What?
making her one of the prime suspects as beachgoers start ending up dead.
That's the most exciting story idea I've heard in years.
This is actually a pretty surprisingly fun film, if you like spoof movies anyway, and it managed to set the 60s tone pretty well. Check it out if you want something with just as many laughs as stabbings.
A surfer chick with a split personality.
Alright, let's get sleazy with the next entry, Piranha 3D, a remake-ish of a 1979 film Piranha.
Piranha. They call them the devilfish, because wherever they go, hell waits below.
Which in turn is kind of considered a Jaws ripoff.
No one is safe. And everyone must be warned. The water is now a human death trap.
2 people have been killed up there, and more have been killed all along the river.
Gotta believe it.
In the film, some kind of prehistoric super piranha are released by an underwater diver, and they proceed to wreak havoc on a spring break party populated solely by the sexiest young people alive. This movie is actually surprisingly bloody, and once the attack commences, it just goes off the fucking rails with buckets of blood and tons of kills, with some surprisingly good production quality.
Oh, get me!
The film doesn't at all take itself seriously, and even features a guy getting his dick chewed off by a piranha, only to have the fish spit it out towards the camera. And boy am I glad that I didn't see this movie in 3D. So yeah, this is exploitative as all hell, but I'd be lying if I'd say that I didn't laugh hard and had a really fun time watching this. They released a sequel called Piranha Double D, get it? Which I haven't seen yet, but if blood, bikinis, and ridiculous carnage sounds fun to you, then check this out.
This particular piranha vanished 2 million years ago.
So when a shark attacks, all you really need to do is stay out of the water. But director Mark Atkins got around that with the 2012 film Sand Sharks, which some critics and viewers have called, quote, amazingly stupid.
That's gonna be bad for business.
The title is pretty self-explanatory. This movie is about sharks that swim through sand and kill people.
Oh my... I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say, because this is the most ridiculous thing that has ever happened.
Yeah, it's fucking absurd and has tons of shitty acting and stupid moments. If you switch your brain off, you might have a bit of fun with it, but you better know what you're in for: Sci-Fi Channel quality monster horror. I've seen worse, but I've definitely seen better as well. So, do you wonder where the makers of Sand Sharks got their ideas from? Well, let's finish off with a 1980 film, Blood Beach,
Where the water may be the safest place to be.
In this film, beachgoers don't even make it to the water before being devoured by what seems to be the beach itself. Something is sucking people under the sand and going to town on them, but you don't really find out what it is until the last couple of minutes, where we get some really dark and poorly shot looks at the monster, which is kind of a disappointment. I actually found the film to be pretty fun though, so I won't spoil the monster for all two of you who are actually interested in seeing this.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, you can't get to it.
So that about does it for this Sci-Fi Night LIGHT episode on beach horror. If I missed your favorite beach horror movie, by all means let us know what it is in the comments. I'm your host, Sebastian Vendel Martinez, and I'm signing out.
What the hell are we looking for?
I don't know. But maybe if we dig deep enough, we'll find out.
We police always look for the obvious, but this wasn't normal. Nah, not even for California.